morning everybody and happy Sunday. Now today we're going to do something very complicated actually, so wish me luck. We're going to make Battenberg, but it's Joe's version of Battenberg, so it's not from a recipe or anything. And the story behind this is that as you know, I was an ophthalmic nurse for many years, and in our theatre we had a lovely Scottish consultant, and most of our patients were operated on under local anaesthetic, so they were awake. And afterwards they used to go into the discharge lounge to have a cup of tea and a biscuit. And this one consultant always used to say to our patients, that's you finished now. Off for a cup of tea and a piece of Battenberg. And it went on, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to make a Battenberg for him. So the first one I made at home, I didn't have the proper tin or anything, and I literally just made it up. And I sort of had a big like baking tray like that, and I did half a white sponge and half a pink sponge, and then I cut them into two and did it like you do it to make it into squares. Well, it was bloody enormous. It was absolutely enormous. And so I had to cut it down, and my poor husband was eating pink and white sponge for days thereafter. But it worked, and it went down very well. It was so big, it was really funny. Later on, I invested in one of these, which is actually a Battenberg tin, which is lovely. So you just put your, two lines of white and 2 lines of pink mixture, and so that's what we're going to use today. Now, I've said it's my version of a Battenberg, so I don't follow a recipe. As you know, I've only ever used my old when I was 12 years old, Victoria sponge recipe, which I'm going to use for this. And I'm going to do 3 eggs and 6 ounces like we did in the Victoria sponge. It might be slightly big. You might be able to get away with 4 and 2 eggs, but I'm going to do the 3 eggs because from memory, that's what I did last time I made it. It's my Neil's favourite cake as well. So this is dedicated to Neely Bubbles Bum Bum. And I'm going to get everything ready. I'm going to get to the stage where I've done the mixture, which you know how to do that because we did that on a previous, the Victoria sponge. I'm then going to put pink, it's not cochineal anymore, is it? But it's this pink food colouring on one side. I'm going to put almond essence into the cake as well to make it an almondy mixture. And then I'll get back to you when I've done that bit, and we're going to perform with the cake tin. Okay, so I'll see you later. Bye. Well, hello again and welcome back to Joe's Kitchen. So I've done the Victoria sponge mixture, and just to recap, it was 6 ounces of soft marge, 6 ounces of caster sugar. Cream them well together until it's almost really light in colour. Beat in your 3 eggs, well whisked beforehand, beat them into the mixture, and then fold in 6 ounces of self-raising flour. I added some almond essence, about half a teaspoon I suppose, and then when the mixture was completely incorporated, I put half, that's the white mixture, and then I coloured the other half with this pink food colouring. Now I showed you the Bakewell tray before. I've lined the bottom of it with a non-stick, but obviously it's a bit fiddly to line each of the lines, so I've done it the old-fashioned way, and I've greased either side of these with butter and margarine flour like Mum used to in the old days. And now for the tricky part. So now we're going to put 2 lines of pink and 2 lines of white into the container, and I'm going to put that high up, and it'll probably fall into the vase. Hang on, I'm in window. That doesn't do anything, does it really? Oh, what if I put that on there? Does that? No. I really could do with an assistant, couldn't I? Maybe next week I'll have one. Right, I don't think this is... Oh, for flipping. Right, well... Oh, there we are. Oh, that worked. Well, I'll put that down there now. Right, okay, so stop faffing, Smallwood. So we're going to do a line of pink. So obviously half the pink mixture into 2 of the lines. I would say that this 6-ounce mixture is just about right. And as I said, I have made it a few times. The last time I made it, I think I was down in Bristol, and I made it in April's kitchen for probably Rose's welcome party that we had. I think that was the last time. So it is fiddly, but it's worth it, and you feel, well, let's hope this one works out, but you feel dead proud of yourself when you've completed it, you know what I mean. And of course then you can have a Battenberg cake. You can have a slice of Battenberg with your cup of tea. I think I sound like Dr. Finlay. Now next week, I haven't decided yet, we might do pineapple upside down cake, although Clive's asked for Bakewell tart, but I might leave that a week. But next week I might have a surprise, because I might have an assistant with me. I won't tell you any more. It will be much use, but there we go. Right, so that's 2 lines of pink, you see? Okay. And now we'll do 2 lines of white. Hasn't the weather been gorgeous this week, as we hoped? But it's horrid today, really cold, so I'm not even going to bother going out for my daily exercise. Been round to Mike's to take the shopping. Forgot to take him the scones that I made on Friday, so I'll have to eat those. Yeah, so that's a line of white. And let's do another line. I just want to, I'm sorry this gets a bit boring, but I want to show you what in the tin is. For the oven I've set at 160, which as we all know is number 3. Gas, 160 fan. To say, the first time I made this, it was hysterical, because it was such a faff. But this little tin makes life really easy. I hope you all had a good VE day on Friday. I'm going to draw a line over mine because I had rather too much to drink. Which, as you know, is nothing unusual for Joe, but I've given up for a bit now. And I can't hear all the laughter, but I really have. Well, for a few days anyway. Right. So, there we are. We've got our 4 lines there like that, okay? So, into the oven we go, and I'll see you on the other side. Hi again. Right, this is just a quickie, just to show you the cake. It's only taken 20 minutes, because obviously it's in 4 lots, you see. So it's risen nicely, it's absolutely fine. And then to get it out of the tin, I've put you put a palette knife down each of the sides of each of the strips, which I've actually done. And then because we've lined it, hopefully it should come out okay. I have actually already done that. And then we're going to turn it out. So, there we are. Yes, Bingo. Okay. So, oh, that's perfect. Oh, wow, that's good. Oh, well done, Josie. Look, that looks quite good, doesn't it? Yumbo bub no-ish. So I'm going to leave this to cool now. I am actually going to separate the things gradually off the metal thing in the middle and move it along so that each of the rows cool, and then I'll get back to you. I'm really sorry because the last clip took 6 minutes, so I'm trying to, you know, make it a bit shorter. And then once it's cooled, I'll show you what we do next. Okay. Hello again. Right, so I have cooled the cake and separated it, and so as you can see, it's nicely cooked. So now the marzipan you roll out into an oblong, but if you want to cheat, I bought ready rolled marzipan, and all I've done is, because obviously it's a circle when it's ready rolled, I've just cut down the side. So take that off and take that off, okay? So I've ended up with my oblong. I'll do something with that. Don't quite know what, but I'll do something with that. Okay, so then you get your first piece of, then you, on your oblong of marzipan, I'm using apricot conserve. So I've spread a good layer of that on the marzipan. Put the first pink slice, and again, apricot preserve either side, and the white one next to it, apricot jam either side, all right? Now we're going to put some on the top. Don't want a lump. Like that. Because you want the marzipan. Oh no, this is going to have the other cake on it, isn't it? So that's like that. And then you put the white one on top of the pink one. And then more jam down that side. Because you want it to stick together, obviously. That's it. And then the other one. Okay. So you put that there. So that's what it's going to look like now. Just move that marzipan out of the way. You see it coming together, and then give it a bit of a, get that level like that. See, give it a bit of a squash, and then you just bring your marzipan up to the side like that. You see? Please don't stick. Please don't stick. No, we're all right. We're okay. Don't worry. We're all right. And then bring your up like that. Where's that come from? And then, do you see? Just, it's going. Don't worry. It's going to squash down a bit because I'll wrap it up afterwards. But you do want them. Don't do what I did one time. I wrapped it all back in the sort of like the plastic that comes on the marzipan, and marzipan hadn't dried out, so it didn't really all stick together. But this is actually, I can feel it sticking together quite well actually. And so then I'm excited. Then you get your scissors and just trim it off. Like that. Like that. And it's just going to need a little bit of titillation before I totally. I mean, you just you see what you've got to do. For goodness sake, you know what you're doing. You just fart about with it. You just tart it up a bit afterwards. I've got a little bit of a gap here, so on that side. So I'm just going to stick another piece of marzipan on there like that. That'll be all right. Come down here. And then it just sort of, and then let it dry out a bit. And then I normally just wrap it up in tin foil to sort of keep the shape. And there you are. Joe's Battenberg. And I was going to say to you, I once made a chocolate version. So I did a chocolate, two lines of chocolate and 2 lines of white. And I sandwiched it together with buttercream. And then I covered it in a dark chocolate ganache. So I had to sort of, I don't know if you've ever made a ganache. In fact, we might do, if anybody fancies me doing the chocolate version, I wouldn't have to show you how to do this bit. We could just get to the end and I could show you how to make a ganache. And then I sort of had to keep rolling. Oh my God, it was bloody gorgeous. So if anybody fancies the chocolate version, I'm more than happy to do that. But there you go, Battenberg. So I hope you get on all right with it. And this is going to go around to my lovely friends Sue and Dave now. Sorry, Mike, you're not getting this one. But obviously to set at an acceptably social distance, I'm going to chuck it at them. So speak to you soon. See you next week. Bye. My hands are so sticky. Hang on.